guys, this is Phil from World of the North. Today we're gonna watch the final between me and Sam Evil Morty at the Grand Clash Tournament. And with us, we have our special guest, Aria Cass, our very experienced player that's gonna help us come in this game. Hi guys,
Hi, Phil.
How's it going, everyone?
very
Good.
fine. I'm very happy to have you with us. And we begin the game that show you the list at the screen. Sam, can you explain us what were you thinking behind your list?
So this was a list to kind of counter your four red cloak list that you brought to the tournament that I was sure you would bring because I painted your miniatures for it. Uh, and it's a very panic resistant list. All my four units have Iron Resolve. They all heal on panic tests. I have cards that make me auto pass panic test and a lot of healing. Okay damage, more or less. A lot of depend on Erard. But I thought it was really the best match against both your lists.
All right. And you, Ariakas, what was your thought on our list when you saw them?
So looking at Sam's list, I was surprised. Your second list, who was your commander again, Sam?
Great, John.
Great John. Okay, so
Yeah, fucker, great John that I ate so much. So sorry.
yeah, and so I thought your lists were great. Great John's always a staple. Eddard's a solid commander as well. Lots of
Yeah.
extra attacks, extra charging. Of course, I've seen your list before as well, Phil. My buddy Rich kind of helped design it.
Mate,
And the red,
can I say something?
yes.
It's 100% a steal from Rich. I have no copyright on this list. I saw Rich play it once, and I say that is a masterpiece of a list. That's the reason why I stole it from him.
And there's no shame. He's a great player. And your second list was also pretty scary. I thought it was pretty smart to have red cloaks with champions, throw out panic tokens, make that -3 test even harder to pass. So it's interesting. Maybe you can tell us later about like why you never used it, because I feel like you used Jokin all four games.
Because I'm gonna answer this because the reason is really simple. I find it a little bit toxic for new player. And at the Grand Clash, we have like 4 or 5 more experienced player, and I was okay to play it against them, but not the newest player. I wanted just to have fun and I would say that give them a positive play experience. We are playing the World Tournament at the moment, and I have no shame to play the forward clock against the top players. But against our community, I didn't want them to show up at the tournament and go home with salt in their mouth.
Okay, Sam, this is an important part here. You just shoved up the she bears with Brennan Tully. Did you come? Did you come to regret this move afterwards?
We'll see later how it goes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. The answer is yes. Uh, I was talking to some of the new players there at the Grand Clash. In fact, 11 of the 20 players we had, I never saw in my life, which was so encouraging. It was amazing.
That's awesome.
And they like the players I played. They were like, "Oh, you're so good. You saw all my moves, and you never made mistake." I'm like, guys, I make so many mistakes. You have no idea. And even when I play against top 10 players or watch top 10 players, they make mistakes also. It's just
Absolutely.
they manage to recover or to take advantage of their opponent mistake better than their opponent take advantage of their own mistake. Here, I have no excuse. The reason I did this is I forgot Brother in Arms existed, which is pretty much the main card in the Phil's deck, and and I paid dearly for that.
And we can see
for that
Phil positioning right now to set
Oh
up
yeah,
a shot with the swords, and that
oh
is, I guess, one of the downsides of running only 2 NCUs. You take certain zones that
yeah,
are high priority, and
absolutely.
early in the game, you can
Yeah,
leave a zone open. You don't think it's going to make a difference. Then, oh shoot, he can
yeah.
march up his archers, take a shot, cause some damage.
Here,
But even then, how bad could it be, right?
I was not scared that he shoot me. Well, when I remember he had Brother in Arms, then yeah, I was like, fuck, I fucked up. Now he has like 14 dice and not 7. Me, generally, when I play, I go with the law of average because long term, that's of course there can be dice spike and everything,
Oh,
but
and here we
here,
go. We see the Death Star fully activated, all three
oh yeah,
zones.
yeah, that was
Exactly. And me, I was glad. I say, oh, he went very aggressive.
yeah, yeah,
In my mind, I say, okay, he want to go win for the point, cover the objective. But I said, does he remember that I have Tyrion and I'm gonna go fetch Brother in Arm?
I did, yeah,
And
yeah,
because I deploy myself like this, I add +4 dice for the attack.
yeah. And my initial thought, why I knew he was going to shoot me with swords, but here in the She-Bears, I have Tully, Brendan Tully, I have Weirwood, so I have Panic Test on 4. I thought they had 7 dice, even with the reroll, even with the Sundering and the vulnerable token. He would have dealt me probably like average of 4 wounds, from which I would have probably healed 2. Then I have Warcry to heal another 2, so I was not scared at all. But then with Brother in Arms, I was like, fuck, I fucked up big time. And mistake over mistake here, when I realized he had Brother in Arms and declared it, I should have declared Arya token and moved back. But I forgot I have Arya. So I really deserved that thing that happened to me in a few minutes.
And the pose that you see in the game, just quickly, is just because we were so eager to kill each other that we didn't even choose
Yeah,
the card for the scenario.
it's a
This
clash.
happens all the
Scenario is
time.
Clash of Kings. Yeah, scenario is
Yeah.
Clash of
How many times have I played Fire and Blood and forgot to mark my enemy units? You know,
Kings.
it,
Of
it
course,
happens all the time. Yeah.
and
But
I
we were
just
so eager. It was the final. Both of us wanted
yeah,
to play well this game. We play each other a couple of times, and the tension was never that great when we
no,
played
yeah.
each other before.
I think we both wanted to win this tournament, just because we're so competitive by nature, both of us. Well, in this game,
Yeah. And now you see,
very
it on 4, I have a reroll because I have the sword, and Sam got a vulnerable token, and that's meant that I just hit him like 10 times because I had 11 dice.
10 hits on 5s. I'm like, fuck my life. Even if I survive, I'm not gonna be happy.
Yeah.
So let's fail everything. 10 wounds. Then of course the classic hear me roar.
Yeah, and I had enemy roar in my first turn. I really wanted to try to erase the Shiber right now
Oh,
to
for
have
sure.
a very activation advantage even more and to go all in this
So
game.
here, and that's the point of that unit, which is strong because it's 8 point. Here, I was really hoping to pass because, sure, I have 10 wounds, but if I pass, I'm back to 4, and then I do War Cry, and I'm back to 6, which is not bad at all. So that fail was really really bad for me. Yeah, and lose 8 point unit in round 1. How to do it? A guide by Sam.
And me, in my head, I knew that the only other unit I needed to kill to win the game was Ned Stark unit.
Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
both Caval will not be able to clean me because I have strong unit in the Cavalier in the Guardsmen, and I knew that I was able to cut them end-to-end combat, and after that, the other unit going to be able to come help me and finish them.
And now Sam's in serious mode.
Oh yeah, here I was like, okay, so we have a real game. Okay, that's Phil, Phil came to play.
Oh yeah, I came to play.
Oh yeah, for sure. I
I
think we
had
both had not to say easy run because no game is easy. Even against a newer player, my game 3 was very hard. I barely won by 2 points against a newer player. But I think we both had a easier run. We didn't fight the other tournament players, me and Phil. So game 4 was like a real game against an experienced player. Our first game against an experienced player, and I kind of wasn't completely ready for that apparently, but yeah, Phil
now
took
you
good advantage of it.
But yeah, for sure. Now you see, I put the mountain there, very aggressive move, but I didn't care because me, I was scared of assault order. I was scared that you could use the horse and charge me with Aria, and I really wanted to have something in front of my storm crew to be sure that you will not be able to kill them at the start of round 2.
I want to
Just a
ask
quick
too. I
note.
think
Just a quick
yes,
note. Here I moved up Edard with the Arya token, so that was my one of two Arya
and I
tokens.
was going to ask, did Phil forget to shoot with Overwatch?
Oh, sure, I forget to shoot it overall. I was pissed off myself.
Yeah, and
When I edit this video, I was so angry because it will have been another 11 eyes,
oh yeah,
sundering, vulnerable. And when I talk to myself, how many times I'm gonna shoot this freaking unit? I lost the game there because I forgot Overwatch.
That's huge because you all the zone still, right? Yeah, and you had like 14 dice, whatever it was.
I know, but anyway, you see me. What I did is I bunker all the unit because brother at arm. And that gives me another dice. That means that now the storm crew are Gatling gun. They shoot 12 die, and if I control sword purse or the envelope, it gives me another advantage.
yeah.
But yeah, don't remember me that I forgot Overwatch. It still haunt me in my dream.
Sorry, Phil.
You know, when you are that
Well,
stressed sometime, Sam did the mistake to forget Aria token to save his Shiber, and me, I forgot the Overwatch, and we are experienced players, we are supposed to know what we are doing, and like Sam said, even if you're an experienced player, you are never like uh,
perfect. Oh no, no, no.
à l'abri in English is never
Kill mode?
à l'abri.
Like
You're never you can never hide from mistakes.
Yeah, but you are open to make a mistake because of the stress. Sometimes you are in your mind, you are thinking like your two or three next move. The other player just went in your Overwatch zone, and you don't like
So
have a big warning in your hand saying, "Just shoot the motherfucker."
yeah, so just to explain why I took envelope, I said I didn't. Of course, Edard's main card is Fury for the Fallen. I didn't have it in my opening hand, and I said if I want to win, I need the extra attacks. I need Fury for the Fallen, so I discarded all my cards from I had from previous round. Draw three new, still didn't have Fury for the Fallen, so I said fuck it, I need to go for the envelope. Then I can weaken Yokin at least, which is very good, of course. But then I drew finally Fury for the Fallen with the envelope, and I was like, "Fuck! I have a chance now because without the extra attacks from that, I had zero chance."
And I want to say for any new players, that's a huge part of the game is understanding what card you need to find
Yeah,
and discarding what you have
yeah,
because
yeah.
players clog their hand all the time with dead
I
cards.
discarded Assault Order
Yeah,
because
that
I said
uh,
I don't care about Assault Order. I need Fury for the Fallen because I have only five activations.
but that's so true. What Ariakas just tell is when you have card, you play them, and if you need a
Oh,
specific card to win, and with Stark, it is even more important because with Sansa, you can get it back. You need to go fetch the card. Then, like you said, you have a good card, you have Assault Order that is very good. Don't give a shit. Discard it. Go get your important card.
Yep.
Now you see me. I'm just going to make an attack because I wanted to get rid of the weekend token, and I thought myself if I'm able to push him like three, four, five wound, even if he's gonna heal a little bit, I'm gonna be happy to serve them up, and after that have an attack with reroll and maybe sundering if he don't take the purse.
I think you had like 10 hits down to six, maybe.
Yeah, then it's down to six, and
Like
you miss
two.
two
That's seven.
save.
Yeah.
And succeed the panic test, meaning that I push you a wound on this attack.
So that's
And while
the
they're
thing I
oh, sorry, I
healed
was gonna
in the game. Clarence, with this list,
mhm.
without, of course, spoiling anything, how much you think I healed in this game?
How much healing?
Yeah.
Trop, trop, c'est le mot. Too much.
I think that's true. I think the same.
I also wanted to say that this is game 4 in a tournament, and you're tired. You've been standing all
Oh, I had
day.
like 3 hours of sleep. I was destroyed completely. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very easy for me to watch the game and said, "Oh, he forgot Overwatch here. Oh, he forgot something here," because I'm comfortable at home relaxed. It's a very different environment when you're playing at the top table for the finals.
And I had exactly this feeling like when I play from home TTS tournament, which now I love. Uh, I can be a lot more focused. I play more during the day, not in the later in the evening like here, and I'm a lot more sharp. Here I was like,
Mhm.
man, it's mistake, mistake, mistake. I was like, fuck, man, Sam, wake up, focus, because it's you're gonna lose that, which I wouldn't mind. If Phil wins, I'm happy for him. We're in the same club, we're in the same team, but still, I hate losing, so I just wanted to win anyway.
Yeah, and me, because of the kids, I stopped playing a lot in the last 3 or 4 years, and it was the first tournament in a long time that I was in shape with a good list, that I was more experience with it, that I have a couple rep. Because in the last 2 or 3 years, I always went to a tournament with a brand new list that I never test. And for this one, I was ready to rumble and give a good fight to my opponent. And when I watch the game and see me do some mistake, like you said, I'm angry about myself. But the fact is, this is our fourth game, and in a real life tournament, it's so true that the fatigue is really killing your brain, and you don't think like you think when you play a small game at your home with your friends. But me, Sam, I'm gonna admit to you, I prefer a tournament in person than in TTS.
Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. It's a lot better, but like it's more convenient TTS, but here it's a lot more fun, of course.
That's true.
Yeah.
And both of
Now,
you are playing international players now too, which is really going to sharpen you, I think, to a different level.
Oh yeah, 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 absolutely.
Clams, it's so true because you saw my red cloak list that I brought to this game, but because I play international, the red cloak list is not V1. We are like at V10. We always improve the list, twitch it because we check like what's the meta. We check
Hmm.
what answer is going to be the best, and with both lists need to be like, okay, this list can deal with Martel, with Targaryen, the Stark, the other list can deal with the other one, and I think we are getting better and better and better because of this. When we start, I brought lists that I just enjoyed the model or I thought that it was a good list, but after all these games, I realized that no, when you brought two lists, you always need to think, okay, do you have some bad matchup? Okay, one of my two lists need to give me a chance to win. If not, it's not a good combo of list.
Yeah. Okay, so here I charged Clegane with the Tollycav. I had 9 hits. Phil used the weekend down to 7, and he saved 5, so 2 wounds on Clegane. And after the attack, Phil played diversion tactics on his guards with the Widower,
Yeah,
And they're so
trying to
slow.
reach my flank. Uh, but he's not there yet. We measured, and it was not yet the flank.
yeah, I was mad, me too. I was thinking that a diversion tactic would have been enough to go in his flank, but
Limited for
I
movement.
had the second one in my hand. I was not that pissed. I
Ah,
told
yeah.
him, I was just glad. Gregor
And
survived.
you know, I'll attack you one more time at least in the round, so you were fine.
Exactly. Gregor survived the big Tulikav charge.
Yeah.
I just hit him with the Sparrow. I knew that you're gonna charge me with your unit of the Net Stark or the other Cav, that my other diversion tactic card will come in play and let me go in your flank. And now I was really set up. My 12 dice of my Stormcroucher was coming to for your unit in Ned, and with Sundering, with the reroll, I was pretty confident of what I was going to do to you.
Okay, so here I activate my Tollycav and I go for the side charge. I have a weakened token on that Tollycav. And here we measure if I'm in the flank or in the front. And I think it was close, but I think we agreed I was in the flank after measuring with the laser. And this I needed it, and I knew like I charge you in the flank, then you charge me with the flank of this with the storm crows. But the thing is, like I was absolutely not scared of the guards or in this of the storm crows in my flank. I knew I knew you didn't have the rerolls because of the bug, and the storm crows don't hit hard. I have a lot of healing, and I know with large support, I was able to keep them alive. So for me personally, like how this all of this was shaping up, I was thinking I have a chance at this. I just need to not get another big spike of wounds, and I should be okay to out attrition you. So here, even with my 8 unit 8 point loss, I was still like not confident because I was like, "Fuck! If Eddard die, I'm done." But I was thinking I still have a chance at this, and here I
Mhm.
had very good luck.
And yeah,
6 wins in
Cass.
a weekend. That was good.
Yeah, but it was okay. May I have
Yeah,
a question? Will have you charge with the knight in the net unit at this moment instead of healing? Because me, my thought is I charge in the net unit with the knight, with the healing and everything, with the purse open, it will have been a waste charge. And I prefer to take the purse. But in your mind, was it a mistake to not take the charge with my cavalry?
No, I don't think it was a mistake. And that's a great question to ask because obviously your knights getting charged by his knights loses a lot of what's the word? Initiative on your part, right? Because now your knights are tied down, they're not as explosive. The problem is if you had charged Eddard and done some damage, I think the horse is still open and he still has Sansa to retreat with, right? So he would not be engaged anyway.
Exactly. Now the second option, and I think the second one will maybe have been the better, will have been to maybe charge the knight with my knight.
He can still retreat though, right? So it doesn't really do much.
Yeah,
Like
the
retreat
horse
would be
was
good.
open. Yeah, that's true. No. Okay, no. When we look it back, I think I did well. The knight was
yeah,
there
no, no.
to be a wall and let the Gatling Stormcrow do their job.
Yeah, and in reverse, the horse is useless to your knights because they can't retreat in this current position, right?
That's true. Oh, you see, I just did a mistake on the screen. I put my guard there, and that was a huge mistake. I should have put them 50-50 the other
Ooh.
side
Yes, yes.
because now I have a dice less with my Stormcrow when I'm attacking. That was just a brain fart. I don't even know why I did this.
I didn't even realize that. That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay, so you did some hits. I saved I think two, so one wound for me, and I healed it back, and I dealt a wound to the mountain.
Yeah, I was kind of happy with this positioning because with the mountain and the guard there, I saw that the guard, okay, they just have 6 attack on 4 plugs, but they have Sundering in the flanks, -1, and the other stuff that I like that they had hold the line. That meant that even if it's a really cheap unit at 5 point, I was going to able to grind and finish a little bit the two-lead knight, but not if Ned was there because Relic Cry is too strong. In
Yeah.
my mind, I was like, all in, I need to kill Ned's unit. But being able to get the knight tied down, and now with their only 6 attack dice, not be able to really do something big in the game, I was happy with the positioning. Oh, I remember why I put the guard there because I wanted that if you retreat with the knight, being able to charge you again.
Okay,
Yes.
yeah, makes sense.
That makes
Because
sense. Yeah.
guard are really slow. But I forgot about the dice of the Stormcrow, and when we think about it, I would have preferred to have the extra die because the priority was really to kill Eddard unit. Now, you, Ariakas, when you see the positioning that we are at the moment, oh, now the big shot.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, now you see me. I'm gonna shoot with all those dice.
So we'll see here. Me also, I didn't realize, but I knew you didn't realize here. But here you made this another small mistake of not shifting back just a bit because we realized after
Oh, yes.
that
Yeah.
Clegane cannot retreat right now
Yeah.
because we measured it and it was just under 1 inch.
Now you see the dice. I was so salty.
Yeah,
That was a good
saved
Uh,
roll.
everything.
That was a good roll.
I did a wound.
I saved everything here and
I
just hit.
was able to push 8 hit on 11 dice. It was good. Now he was saving. It was supposed to be the half. I said, okay, I'm gonna be able to kill a rank at least, and after that continue next round. And now I push almost no damage. I was really mad. Uh, After two attack in them to see like only a hole in the unit, I was beginning to regret my Overwatch mistake at the start of the game.
So here I activate Edarg, and I did what I was planning to do was to use precision objective to try to get Clegane off the board.
Mhm.
And I also played I don't
Sundering.
even know. I play Stark so
Winter's
much.
Might.
I don't
Winter's
even
Might.
know the card. I play the Sundering card
Yeah.
for Clegane. Weekend here,
Oof.
and not a lot of hits, like 3, I think.
Yeah, Gregor is back to I think 3-1. No, 2-1. Okay, and just barely survive. Succeed his panic test. One thing that I a little bit dislike of Gregor, he have a good morale, but just high enough that it's happened a couple of times to get him killed in the morale test, and that's the reason why I put the tree in the center
Yeah.
because my Lannister have very weak morale, and I thought I have enough firepower to kill the other unit, but I wanted to survive the panic test.
So, Clarence, question for you.
Yes.
Knowing what my list does, how it heals with panic and everything, would you have put a werewood in the middle just to protect Clegane from
No.
the bad panic test? Me, I think that
No.
was a mistake, Phil. I would never have done that. In fact, I would have put a course pal. If Clegane die, but you need me to fail panic test, otherwise I go too much. So
Yeah, but I
personally,
play too often against you.
yeah,
Even with the Lannister, when I put the corpse pal and I make you
of course,
minus like
absolutely,
1,000,
yeah.
you always pass your freaking roll. Maybe that influenced me to put the werewolf tree and just give up on the panic death. But it's what you're bringing to the table here. It's true. The good terrain piece would have been a corpse pal and not the werewolf tree. But I was influenced in a bad way because of all our history together.
Yeah. Maybe even a bog. Maybe I don't
Yeah,
know. Yeah.
bug is so good against starts, and you as Lannister, you don't really care about the bug that having rerolls or anything. You don't depend on that. You depend on
Oh,
the
I
spiritual
so
arbiter.
agree. That's the reason that the other terrain that I put was the
Yeah,
bug that my guard aren't in. And when we think about it, it should have been maybe curse pile bug or two bug or to
just
be able to protect myself because I had the advantage. I have the shooting unit and you didn't have one.
I have another question for you, Clarence.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, in this tournament, we played the new terrain selection mode. So
Oh yeah.
the 6 options that are each with predetermined choices of 4 or more terrains with the different options.
Yep.
We tried it at the TTS tournament. We did the Canadian. We did it that each duel before the game they roll and they don't know beforehand what the terrain they have for the game.
Mm-hmm.
Here in this tournament, I pre-rolled everything
Mm-hmm.
and it was included in the player pack. Every player knew in advance
Okay.
what turn was for the game,
Okay.
and I wanted to know what do you think about that new terrain selection.
I
Personally,
think
me, I love it. I
yeah,
really, really love it.
the way you did it, I think, is as fair as you can do it.
Yeah, yeah,
And don't get me wrong, at our shop right now, everyone likes to play with the random battlefield setup because it's different, right? We're so
yeah,
used to player pick
yeah,
terrain that it's
yeah.
nice to have like this theme battlefield. But honestly, from a competitive point of view, I actually think it's not as competitive as player pick because um, there's that small element of luck, right? It's like you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
a random set of terrain.
absolutely.
So do I think it's super significant and game changing? Very little. I think that most of the game will still depend on player skill, player decisions,
Yeah,
etc.
yeah.
But I think if there was ever like a international tournament, they should choose player pick.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. I agree. So
In
what?
a very high level of play with experienced player, okay, but in a tournament like this, I really prefer the having the terrain set for you because I think it reduces a little bit the gap because experienced player will you take terrain that advantage them,
Mhm.
and now even it's a small advantage, taking it out of this small advantage from maybe the player that know how to use them. It's good because that let like a little bit less experienced player another chance to make its difference and win the game.
I agree. I agree that most players find it more fun to play with the battlefield setups, and it is fun. It is cool. And most of the players that I think are at the shop, my shop, are casual players, as you
Mhm.
mentioned.
Mhm.
So it's more fun for them. But yeah, but as I said, if we're playing for like who's the best player at the high end, I think player choice is better.
And just to clarify, just what happened just before in the game is that Phil wanted to retreat Clegane, uh, and there was just not enough space, but we were not sure, so we asked our friend Alex to come do the ruling, and he verified, and he determined that either backwards or on the side, Clegane had no space to retreat, so he
Yeah.
was forced to do an attack, which unfortunately Phil rolled just one hit,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was mad
went
because I
through
told
and
myself I
uh,
have like three dice on three plugs. I say, but okay, the average is two. I'm gonna get another wound in average out of these the net unit, and I just hit once, succeed this panic test, and healed the one that I made. That it was another attack that went nowhere against a net unit.
So here the Stormcrow charge in the side of Talikav. I think I got two wounds, healed back one, and I dealt one wound to the Knights of Casterly Rock because I really needed them to die. And at that point we were round two, everything locked in, and I'm in my game plan. I was telling myself if I can kill the Knights and Clegane by round three, I should be able to win that. So that's really what I
So
went for
saying
all
there's
the
a
wounds,
chance.
all the damage on his cavalry. Because the storm crows, I won't reach them if I don't kill them, and the two other units don't scare me at all. So that was really my game plan at that
Yeah,
point.
and me, it was the other way around. I start the game pretty great, and now it was 26 dice that I shot in the net units, and usually when I shoot 26 dice against a unit, they are pretty messed up. And when you see that a net have only one wound, I was in a mode that okay, I really need to make net unit pay and get Sundering, get the envelope, and it's at this moment that I was really like, okay, this list is awesome, but the Sparrow is almost useless. In all my game, the Sparrow was almost useless. And I'm eager to see the Stormcrow come in to be able to replace the Stormcrow, because the Stormcrow gonna have the same free
Effect.
Tyrion attachment, and
Yeah.
that's gonna free like a neutral point in my list to put Baelish and go get the zone that I need, the envelope for the vulnerable, the purge for the sundering, or the sword for the reroll.
So here I knew Phil was going to go for a charge, and just as Phil knew he needed to kill Ned, I knew I needed to keep Ned alive. So I used my second area token to make Eddard unchargeable and force him to charge my knights because I knew that whatever damage he will deal to the knights with his knights, I'll just heal back with Eddard eventually. And I still had the Fury for the Fallen in my hand, so I was hoping to. I think maybe not. Maybe I don't remember correctly, but I was hoping to because I still had precision until the end of the round, so I was hoping to kill the mountain.
No, I think you use it. Me, I charge his knight in the flank because I say, okay, it's maybe just six it, but
Yeah, that can go down quick.
if I succeed to kill him like four or five wound, Reliquary will not be able to heal both units. Maybe I'm gonna have a chance to kill one of his Tuli Cavalier because having the Cavalier and the Stormcrow in the flank, it's still a nice amount of damage that I'm giving to the Tully Knight. And I thought it was better to charge with the Knight than do nothing and wait with them, because you position Ned unit in a facing that I didn't have space to charge them.
So here it's end of round 2. We start round 3. I think Phil is the first player, and the score is 2-1 for Phil because he had 2 points from killing the She-Bear with his commander. And here
Sam,
Edard is on the objective, so I get 1 point.
last round, did he use a Kyron token, which is why you didn't take a zone?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I wanted to. I had, in fact, what I wanted to do, and decided not to. I wanted to play Crowns, Assault Order, and try to finish off Clegane because I didn't have a weekend token on my Tolicav anymore, and I wanted to try to finish them off. But the 2 vulnerable scared me way too much. I didn't want.
Yeah, for sure.
I didn't want to kill Clegane, but then lose ranks on Eddard. So I just say no. I'll pass. I think I passed every time Quiburn declared.
Now, yeah, Quiburn, I use it maybe too aggressively, but the last use of it, making you not use the zone, was
Oh,
pretty great.
oh yeah,
Uh,
that's what
uh,
you want. You don't care about the 2 vulnerable tokens.
exactly.
You save
And now
them.
you see me start of the round attack you, and I was like, okay, it's still 10 dice, and pushing you the weekend to be sure that you will not be able to kill my
Clegane. Yeah.
my Clegane is gonna be huge.
So 6 hits, and I think I saved everything.
You save everything and you heal with your panic test.
Yeah.
No. I need to admit it. At this
Yeah,
exactly moment in the game, I push you 36 hit in them. 36 dice that I roll against them.
Dice on 4. Yeah.
And you're still alive. The salt level in my body, it's a good list. The healing is, you build your list to be able to survive and heal yourself. I have nothing to say, but even though you cannot ask a player not to begin
Oh,
to be a little bit salty and angry when you say, did I just like freaking shoot him 36 times and have no wound in the unit that I shot?
but at that point, I think I healed already with Erard for 4 or 5 wounds. So that's really that's the reason why Tolikav is the best unit in the game. They're mobile, they're strong, they hit hard, they're
It's true, but me in my
I healed
mind,
already for 5 wounds with them with no actions or anything. So yeah, that's a big difference.
the way to get rid of healing is to burst a unit.
Oh, for sure.
And me having like 10, 11, even once 12 dice on an attack, that's burst. I was thinking I had the good mindset. I don't know what you, Ariakas, what do you think about this?
Um, it's tough because the Stormcrows. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think you're saying all the right things. The Stormcrows, even with rerolls, at the end of the day, the 4+ can be unreliable, and Eddard's unit with 3+ armor save is just tanky, right? It's you probably should have done more damage by now for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, you roll not so good here. He rolls not so good somewhere else. It all comes out in the wash.
Yeah. Me, my
I don't say
philosophy
that, but I say you were in my place. How do you win this beside not forget the Overwatch?
Oh yeah. So how do you win this? I don't know. Don't know. I think you're
Don't
right.
forget the Overwatch. Okay, I understand.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else you could have done differently on a significant level, to be honest. Because the Knights are tied up. That's exactly where you want them to be. If you kill Ed, you win. You're doing your best to kill Ed. Yeah, I really don't know.
Mm. But very good list building, and that's one thing I want to address. Um, List building is so important. You see now, if Sam didn't have all this healing and all this combo, the game is done. Now, never forget, when you build a list, put some strength, very keys in your victory, and that's huge to help you to win games. At the moment, we are playing the world, and I play the 4 red cloak, And what I like is my a lot of time my opponent need to take is more panic resistant list. Because of that, that always give me a edge in my game.
While we're on a bit of a break here, oh, Sam's back. Never mind. I was gonna ask to Sam. One thing I don't like about Starks right now is that it's very hard to play without Telecav. And what do you think they need to do from a design perspective? Do they have
Uh,
to make every other unit better to be more competitive, or do they
so,
tone down?
in my opinion, you do not need the Tolycaf to be good with Starks. There are two things. Starks have very good two meta for Stark. I mean, it's anything with Tolycaf, of course, is good. And the other thing is Great John with high activation count, uh, 9 activation. 8 doesn't work that well, but if you put Great John with 9 activation, you have Arya, so extra mobility when your opponent is out activated and keep a good unit. And if you can get your big cards, you can crush your enemy, and it's horrible list to play against. It's my other list, my main list at the world currently. And even other times I played it, it was so good. I had to make some adjustment and learn to master it, but for me, like and it's a bit more difficult to master because it's tricky. You don't have healing. You need to strike what you need to strike, and something it's not good against. But for me, the best meta for Stark, you don't need Telecav. It's 9 activation Grey John. That's horrible to play against. There's not a lot of
Yeah, because the huge combo in the list is like a Great John Commander to go to have Berserker Tactic in the deck, freaking Sansa to go get Berserker Tactic
yeah
each round, and I hate Shaggy Dog because
yeah.
me, a unit that costs only 3 freaking points that is able to, when you use Berserker Tactic on him, to have like 6 die Thunderin, Vicious, and push 4 wound free because of Berserker Tactics. It should not be right to have a unit that can one shot any unit in the game by himself just with only one tactic card. And because you play, like you said, 9 activation, you're gonna have the last activation and the first activation. That's mean that Shaggy Dog won't be in your face. It's gonna be in your flank or in your rear.
Mhm.
It's so infuriating to play against Stark because he can put almost anything you want on the table. The identification is very good because that push uh, some issue out because if your opponent have a lot of activation, free activation, give you an edge. But just the combo, Sansa, Shaggy Dog, and Great John, so strong.
Absolutely. Me, the simple way to fix Tolycav is because before the last patch, well, no, the patch before even they had I think emboldened and they had the short range +1 morale. They had 6 morale. Then they dropped them down to 5 morale, but gave them the healing thing. I think just putting them back to 6 morale, it's perfect. They're okay. They didn't need to give them 5 morale. Keep the healing. That's still a good support skill. It's not too strong. Well, it can be very strong in the good thing, but just put them to 6 morale, and I'm sure they would be okay. Because right now with the healing, they're a bit too hard to kill. And other than that, to be honest, like for Starks, their 5 point infantry are good. Like the Karstark Spearmen are cool. Karstark Loyalist, they're very funky also.
Kranagman.
Krenagmen, I love Krenagmen. I almost always include them personally. They're great to just sit an objective and give tokens if you can. Sworn swords are okay, but all their other like 6 points, 7 point, I don't like at all. So like the great axes, they're okay as a specialist unit. If you play Baratheons, you're happy. If you play Free Folk, they're useless. You might as well have the Sworn Swords. She bears are okay. The bruiser are horrible. So it's really and I understand they're a cavalry faction. I think they're the only faction that has three different cavalry units, I think. That's okay, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I think they are. So the like the 6 and 7 point infantry, I know they rework them. It never sticks. You're just better with just the 5 units and maybe an attachment or more activations. Even me, what I like now with the Starks is the Stormcrow mercs. I love them in the Starks. Competitive list Starks, I put two Stormcrow mercs with two good attachment, like Mira to have extra traps, Rickon even to have Shaggy Dog for 8 points. It's lovely. Yeah, I absolutely love that. So you can reach a high activation count with
Mm.
two mercs.
Yeah, true, Stormcrow because the quality of the attachment of the Stark are pretty good.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to set quickly what happened at the screen. I shoot with the Stormcrow with 10 dice, and this time I put you weaken because I control both zone weaken and the sword reroll and vulnerable, and it was the first attack that
Oh yeah,
was
with first hit
effective against the Edward unit.
and I think
Normally, when
uh,
I shot you, I always expected to make you like between 4 and 6 wound, and this one I was able to push you 6 wound. I was happy. To that, you hit my knight, and I retreat them because I was hoping to charge Edar unit if you kill the mountain to push you like more wound and be able to finish you maybe next turn with my Stormcrow.
What happened here? Was this a double swift reposition?
yeah,
Okay.
because I
That's what I
wanted
thought.
to get in the flank of Clegane. I had
Yeah, yeah,
both
yeah.
with Repo in my hand, so yeah,
Got it, got it. I saw a double shift. Just want to be sure. I
yeah.
only saw one target.
Yeah, now I knew that Clegane was pretty much doomed at that point, but he did a job. He tanked a lot. He tanked like 3 or 4 attack. I was pretty happy with the performance of Clegane at that point, and because I had the knight that were able to go charge, and the other 2 unit of Sam was stuck with my 2 other infantry, the game was not done. I told myself if I kill its unit of Eddard Stark, I still have really good chance to win. But next next turn gonna be clutch, and it's gonna be like the turning point of this game.
So here, just to recap what happened, because there was a lot of fiddling. I did double swift repo to be in the flank, but then I realized that if I don't kill Clegane, Eddard is in big trouble. So I just took back the last swift repo and decided to activate the Tollycav and uh, just attack Clegane, and he finally died after 4 attacks.
Yeah,
And here I made the math real quick, and uh, your attacks on Eddard, I was very lucky to live, but my attacks on Clegane, 4 attacks, it was way too many with all
oh,
the.
that's so true. That's the reason why I was so happy with
Yeah, yeah.
the
For
the,
four
the
attacks, if Clegane tanks 4 attacks, you're happy.
yeah, the performance
Especially if you're
of Gregor.
yeah, especially if your opponent used the resource to kill him.
Is
That's
this
the
Jimmy Roar?
No, I think it's counterplot. Is it a mirror? No, it's true. I think it's a mirror.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
But he's
yeah,
still
it's
faster.
true because I told myself if I have a chance to stop if his link is now, and like I told at the start of the game, me in my mind, if you draw a card,
you
a
play.
tactic card, you play it if you can play it. For sure, we're gonna try to use it in the best opportunity that you have. But if the best opportunity don't show up and you still have an opportunity, play the card.
Yeah, and here even with the Irmi Roar with the Weirwood and Iron Resolve, I was still on 6, and I passed it, so I healed again for another one.
And we see Eddard attacking again and healing the Tully Cav again. And it'd be funny to actually go back and count how many times Rally Cry healed Knights.
Oh, I counted it. In total, the game I healed for 27, everything accounting, and Rally Cry healed for 10 or 12.
Yeah,
So
So Tolly
Rally,
Cat healed
okay,
healed a
yeah. So
lot.
that was
Tolly
in
Cat.
the Embolden plus, oh sorry, Rally Point and Rally Cry. Got it.
Because Phil attacked me a lot of times.
Yeah, but it's still crazy to sell that you heal
27.
more than 2 units of
Yep.
guy. 27.
Yeah.
Just brought back two trays.
And do you know, Clarence, how many Phil healed? Well, I'm counting without the purse, of course. This I don't count. That's activations. It's
How many
but
did Phil heal? Oh,
Phil
with Fealty. I remember there was a big heal, maybe two,
he healed 0.
zero. No, he got a Fealty at the end. I thought.
Yeah,
The
okay.
end, you're
Yeah,
gonna
at the
see a
end. Yeah, yeah, at
filthy.
the end.
But
He
at
did
that
get
point of the game, I hit
yeah.
zero.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But the filthy at the game is
Dead.
too
It's dead.
late. Yeah, it's dead weight.
Should have attacked here to heal the knights. That would have been very good. But so yeah, in a game like that where it was very grindy, healing for 27, well, 25 more than your opponent, it's 2 full units. It's terrible.
Yep.
And I was gonna say something. Shoot, I forgot my point. I was gonna talk about Fury for the Fallen. Oh yeah, Fury for the Fallen is a pretty insane card
It
because
is
there's a lot
ridiculous.
of reaction cards that
Yeah,
like, okay, you attack me, you
but long
can
range
react.
or yeah.
There's a range, or you have to attack the attacker. Fury of the Fallen's like, no, you just get to attack or charge with
And like
like
the only
anything.
limitation is that it has to be a melee attack. So
Yes.
let's say I play against I cannot play this against Alex's 5-tractor list because he's never gonna attack me in melee, and I lose my best tool. So yeah, it's like the only limitation, but it's any unit in any range, and Edard can either attack or charge any unit. It's ridiculous. It's the only card that works this way.
Yep. And it's really good. That's the reason why that in this game I counterplotted you, I think, once or twice.
Yeah,
I knew that that was the card to counterplot, but Sansa being Sansa, she, I think Sansa it's a little bit of a problem. I think that she don't need their once per game ability, or she need to be a normal NCU and just have her one per game ability. The fact that she can go fetch 6 times your freaking best card of your deck is just insane.
so here I attack with sword, heal for 2 the Tolicab again. So it's Edard doing what Edard does.
Yeah, and I am dead. And at that moment, I knew something. I knew that my Stormcrow Archer had one last chance to do their job. And when I saw the knight die, me not controlling any zone in that round, I know that was the game was almost over. You
Yeah,
needed to be unlucky, or I needed to be very lucky to survive this. And after that, what I discovered is you decide to go the other way.
yeah. And I realized quickly it was a mistake because I wanted to avoid the Overwatch, but then I realized no, he has no zones. I'm probably just gonna heal off of this attack. So
I
uh,
was definitely surprised at first. I was like, he's
yeah,
backing
I
up.
was like, no, that's a big mistake not going forward. So I just redid my maneuver front and I took the Overwatch because I wanted to keep Edard alive, but then I'm like, okay, but it's not useful if he's alive behind the lines. He needs to be alive in front of the lines. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we'll see quickly. Tell the Phil, sorry, I'll just redo my maneuver because that made no fucking sense. And you seeing that, you must have been like, what the fuck, Sam, are you stupid?
Man,
Well, I
I,
mean,
I was
I was
what
gonna,
the fuck,
Yeah,
but I didn't know if you have like something in head or assault order or something like this. But when you never know what your opponent have in mind, but for sure when you went that way, I was like, okay, I will not argue against you. And when you asked me to redo it, I was not like I was but for sure, buddy. I didn't play my
yeah, there was
activation to do it.
nothing played yet, so yeah,
Exactly. I was okay. He had like a little bit brain fart. He think too far, and now he did the right decision. And now you're gonna see me my last attack. My Ellen Mary tried to kill your unit and only
and
hit
here I'm because I think if I remember correctly, I had
really
the
full of fallen.
No, no, I had the how is it called? Oh yeah, I had Fury for the Fallen, so I wanted to make sure I'm out of range from Tyrion.
Mm.
So that's what I measured just earlier. And yeah,
But me,
as I
I'm
thought,
gonna tell everybody at that point I knew the game was lost
mm,
because I shoot you, you're still back at your same amount of wound. I lost my two tank unit. Yes, your two cavalry is still held by my unit, but my unit is not strong enough to killing them. And Ned is coming to kill my commander and my last real good unit.
I also think it's interesting that despite having pass tokens, Sam had to put so much pressure onto you that he never. I don't think he ever really found a time to use them.
no, I never used them.
Now Sam saw me do something that he never thought that was possible. I put Brother at Arms in the Stormcrow Merc.
And he's gonna hit me with I think like eight, nine dice.
9 dice.
Nine, yeah, I was in short range of the Kings,
Uh,
nine dice.
that's what I think. So Stormcrows, I don't mind because they're not inherently an offensive unit. So hitting on fours, whatever. But offensive units, in general, offensive units that hit on four, I hate that. Like let's say in Martels, the Sunspear Dervishes. Why the fuck are they hitting on four? They're an well, I know right now they're not structured as an offensive unit, but they should. They're like a hit and run guys like Stormcrow Dervishes. Because hitting on fours, it's so swingy, it's crazy. And even with nine dice on fours, if you hit eight or nine in my flank, I'm in trouble big time there already. And then you search for it, you can go for Eddard. So when you play that card, I was not not very comfortable at all.
Yeah. What we saw the screen too is I took the purse to attack you, and that too surprised you.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
can do that. Yeah,
um, the tactic card that you just played, is it the one that you passed your moral test?
yeah. That was
Yeah.
autopass because
Yeah, yeah.
I was in
I
range of
remember
Eddard.
I was a little bit sad because the only moral test that you miss, you had the card to auto pass it in your hand, and after that, that meant that you healed. I was like very like not in a good place at that time. My game was done, and I was like even when I wish just to like just finish the game proud to kill another unit
Yeah,
to spill some Stark blood on the ground, and I was not able to do it.
and I think you even use counter strategy and roll the one,
Yes.
and then having because you moved in Tyrion to be in range of Eddard, and then I was like, nice, I'm free to play Fury for the Fallen, so was able to do a charge and heal another two on the Telecaf.
Sam, you need to convert a White Walker army with Ed as the Night King, just resurrecting White Walkers left, right, and center.
So quick story, I had a plan of uh, buying 3D printer and doing a free folk army as White Walkers, like printing all these undead cool miniatures. But then my cat got sick, and it cost me like $8,000 of vet bills. So I
Oh
said
God.
maybe another time the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
the, the 3D printing project. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would love to do that someday to do a free folk White Walker convert army. I think a free folk would be cool to have like a horde type of thing for
I
the
should do
White
this
Walker.
army, Sam. It's Ned's the Night King,
Oh
just
yeah, yeah,
resurrecting
true,
his men
true.
here.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, definitely.
That what something was good too with your net unit is more they are wound, more they struck hard.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hitting on
you can
twos is
get
pretty.
your cards that give you max dice and things like that. It's perfect.
Oh, something I noticed, Sam, is I think you're rolling too few dice. His unit degrades very slowly. He goes 765.
So I rolled 754 all game. Yeah, yeah. I didn't even look at the
You know
card.
what? I don't give a shit. I'm not sad for you.
I can go to hell.
Yeah, we saw a double attack from Ned from Free the Fallen and a regular attack just cripple Jokin's unit there.
Oh yeah, but even one attack was too much. As soon as the storm crew was stuck with a unit in their fairs that were not able to kill, he, I wanted to finish the game because I was filming it. I knew that it was a good battle report. It was a finale, but in a casual game, I will have already flipped the table in.
However, I want to say that even now you haven't really given up. You know, like I remember there's a move you do. I was like, oh, Phil still has a play.
But yes, because okay, in my mind, the Stormcrow are still the Stormcrow are I still have enough power to do something.
Yes.
And like I said, I really had bad blood against Edward unit, and I really wanted to do everything in my power to kill it because I have like Lannister pay its debt. That's mean that if I have the crown, they hit on 3. I have brother at arms on them, giving me a little bit more dice. I have vicious. That was meaning that it was not a weak unit. It was a pretty strong unit when you are attacking with them.
Yeah, absolutely.
This must have been Scary Crown's app.
Yeah, it was a screwy crowns up. You know at that point when you holding on the thread, everything is scary and. The seeing like double six at that point, I was happy, but in my mind was the luck was too late. I was where were you when I needed you?
I think what happened here is I actually wanted to use Sansa to get back Fury for the Fallen, but Phil intrigued me, so I
Yep.
just went for the Crown Tap, which
Yep.
he easily.
Yeah, when I drew intrigue, I was very happy, but that was another card that I wish I had earlier,
For sure.
and that's the reason why I think I prefer Tommen than the Sparrow. The bravery is clutch if your opponent is first player, because if your opponent's first player, you're gonna take the envelope nine time out of 10. You're gonna take the purse to go get the token out, and you go get a bribery. That's mean that round one, you're gonna be able to take one of the less important zone and bribe your enemy and kind of get rid of bribery soon because at the end of the game, sometimes bribery is like too late and take it out of your deck, put it on the table when it make a huge difference is very good.
Yeah. It's a good point. Thinning your deck is important. Yeah.
Yeah, and the Sparrow is just because maybe Rich the Sparrow is better for him than for me, but the fact is because I have the forward cloak as my other list, everybody took their strong moral list against me, and the Sparrow only work if you fail panic test. And in all my game in the tournament, he didn't heal me. I think he healed me 2 in 4 game, 2 wounds in 4 game.
So here Sam retreats the Knights.
Yep.
So quick side story again. Game 3, I also lost a unit round 1. And I was traumatized by Hold the Line because in that game, my opponent hit me for 5 and I saved only 1, and then my Telecav died right after the other attack. So I was like, fuck, and I'm not dying to Hold the Line again. I just retreat.
Oh, that's
Not
fair.
get
That's
hit
a good
again.
point.
Me when they do this, I was like your PTSD of all the line. That's that strong, but because I was on a bug and I didn't have any reroll hitting on 4,
I was not scared.
I didn't thought that it was like a bad mistake.
No, it was a good move. For sure.
And like Lannister supremacy hurts so much if you have a crit fail there. So I didn't even want to risk it. It was not worth it.
Yeah, I think I forgot 1 or 2 of the supremacy, but I know that it's not like a big game change because your morale was so low. Okay, now you see me with the scum crew do the move that Clarence said.
Yeah, so this was pretty quick. So I think at the end of the round, you retreated and you knew you were going to charge right away to the flank, get one last big push into Ned.
Exactly. I was in short riv a Jack King's unit, meaning that I knew that I'm gonna have more dice, and in the flank I say, okay, I'm vicious. You're gonna have -1 on his morale and is safe because I'm on the flank. I'm gonna charge. I'm gonna have reroll. Maybe if luck is behind me, I'm gonna be able to kill this curse unit that I tried to kill from the start of the game.
Not bad odds, really.
No, I know
Oh,
it was not
you
a
captured that.
bad move, but I knew that the game was kind of lost because Judkins was no longer in a shape to kill his cavalry unit, and the charge of the Tulikav, pretty sure that will have killed the Storm Crow that I have left.
So me, to be honest, I really hoped you killed Eddard here because I was a Phil's ride and we had almost 2 hours car ride, and I said, oh, if he kill Eddard, he's gonna be in a better mood for the car ride. So just kill him. I know I win anyway. So
Now you see, only hit four. I wish for more.
yeah, that's the problem hitting on fours. Difficult
Now
sometimes.
kill two, but still panic test at -3. Slim chance that I may survive.
Oh, you hit five, in fact. Just
And then we see it. Uh, you fail the panic test. Roll a 3, but you told me that you have something that make you like -1 in the
yeah,
when you
Unresolved, yeah.
yeah you had
and
rather resolve. And now I had the filthy to the crown in my hand, and I never wish more in my life to control the crown at that moment because you survive at one fucking moon.
I forgot how fealty worked, and I actually thought you killed him. And I was like, oh, you need the crown for the +1
yeah,
wound.
yeah. I think I heard Phil's heart break there.
Yeah, no, my heart really break. That's true. When you see me throw the card on the table, I'm pissed. 68 time, I think. At that moment, I attack. That's the amount of attack that I push in Ned, and he's still alive with one wound.
Mm.
It's interesting here because I actually thought it was a tough decision for Sam as to what to do. I think you have the game. Obviously, the knights can hit the Stormcrows in the rear, and you can get to the archers later on. But were you considering, do I just let Ned die at this point?
No, I didn't want to have Ned die. So yeah, I was calculating again. I go law of average almost always, and I realized if I heal with the purse, he has very low chance of killing me. So that was and leaving him with the swords, of course, because if I charge with the knights and kill Stormcrow, he can get the sword and kill me with Yokin. Probably
Yes.
kill me with Yokin. So this I don't want. Then if I take the swords with Eddard and try to kill Yokin with a war, then same thing, Yokin will kill me. So I said the only way Eddard survives is if I take the purse and tank one last attack, either from the Stormcrow or the Stormcrow archers.
You're a loyal bannerman. I definitely thought to myself, I might let Ned die here. And just
Yeah, I wish he had let Ned die. At least I will
Maybe I
have
should.
some closure.
Yeah, maybe in another game you will kill him.
Yeah, for sure. Next game, I don't give a shit about all the other unit in your list. I just go for the
Well,
throat of
that's
Ned.
that's what because I read a lot of servers on Discord, the Stark server and others, and even like the Sunday Slaughter server, and I hear a lot of people complain about this combo in general. The combo being Eddard and Tolikav. So Eddard heals Tolikav, Tolikav's heal Eddard. Uh, and I'm like, guys, it's like, and even other players say it's not complicated. Why are you even hitting the Tolikav? Just you need to hit Ned always, 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 always until he dies, and then the list breaks down. So yeah, you did the right thing. It's just you need to kill Eddard, and I survived with one with one wound, which is a bit sad. But let's say at the start of the game, if you did the same thing to Eddard that you did to the She Bears, the game was done for sure.
Yeah, but it's not Edor that you push for me, the
Yeah,
Shiver.
no, no, of course not.
have
Now
you
you,
considered? I was going to say,
you
have you considered tweaking your list to include Tycho is insurance.
Me?
Yeah.
No, no. So I played a lot of Eddard 6, a lot of Stark 6 activation in general. Uh, and the 4-2, I have win rate like 95% or 90%.
Mhm.
3-3, which usually is the model that includes Tycho. This I have maybe 50%. I think it's horrible, horrible. So you have the insurance, which sure it's okay, but then you cannot remove Arya and you cannot remove Sansa. Arya is a better insurance than Tycho anyway, uh, because positioning is more important than wounds in general. So no, not in this. With Tycho, I would not like removing third combat unit to put Tycho. No, never.
Yeah, it's a tough cut too because you'd have to cut Brendan, and that's 8 points. You have 3 points left. How do you play 3 points? You know,
Yeah,
you could change. Yeah, it's too many cuts.
Right. Now, the game is done, guys. For the last 2 minutes of this game, do you have a last comment that you want to tell for this battle report? I'm going to begin with Sam.
Well, thanks for the game, Phil, and you'll definitely have a rematch for this. And next time I'll be more careful about the with my shivers for sure.
All right. And you, Yakas, something you want to add?
No, I think your point about your path to victory was to kill Ned. You definitely did your best to kill Ned. The dice didn't fall your way. You fought hard. You fought to the last. It was a great game to watch, and thank you for having me.
I thank you for both of you to have come. Me, guys, I want to tell when you have a rules like Overwatch that you need to not forget. I think write it on the top of your hand with the black marker because the lesson it's sometime you may regret it.
Yeah.
But Sam, thank you. Great player, great opponent. Ariakas, someday I'm gonna go down to Toronto play with you. You were so gentle to come in Montreal last time, and I'm eager to play against both of you next time.